What's up, boys? We're back at it again for some Joestar struck. Now, last time we romanced Josuke. This time we're gonna try and get to the other three JoJos. I'm thinking this episode we're gonna try and go for Joseph. So I'm gonna load my game. I'm gonna see if I can load it like at the beginning. Or I can just start from the beginning. So yeah, I'm gonna try and skim through this, and I'll let you guys know once I get to a save point. Okay, so now we are back to choose our seat. So last time we already chose this one, which was next to Josuke. So here's what I'm thinking. The one at the front is probably gonna be for Jonathan, because that's gonna be the closest to him. This one, I'm assuming, is Joseph's, because that way he has, he's next to a bunch of people, and the one at the backs, I'm assuming, is Jotaro, because he's quite aloof and is, kind of quiet and wants to be at the back. So I'm gonna choose this one. The classroom is already mostly full, but score! There's a couple of window seats still open. I make a beeline for one before anyone else can snag it. Nothing like having a constant distraction beside me from the very first day of class. Alright, settle down. I get comfortable as Mr. Jonathan calls roll and sets into the lesson of the day. The view out the window is great. I can see some of the grounds and pretty much all the courtyard with the fountain. It's all empty, not really a surprise since everyone is in class. Hey! I was right! That's the guy from earlier. Even with the distance between us, I can spot him easily. After all, he's gotta be like 6'13" and built like a linebacker. He's huddling on the far side of the fountain from me with some blonde guy who's almost as huge as he is. Are they? No, they've got a turtle, and now I'm even more confused. That's how the turtle got there. Joseph must have put it there to prank Josuke. A little distracted. I almost fall out of my seat as I realize everyone in the class is looking at me, and also because I was leaned halfway out the window trying to see what those guys were doing. I'm fine. Not cool. I hunker down in my seat like that'll make it so nobody can see how embarrassed I am. It's a delinquent school. Why does it even matter if I'm paying attention? Mr. Jonathan is just giving me an exasperated smile and going back to the lesson like he's a cool uncle instead of a teacher in charge of straightening out a bunch of goof-offs. Maybe I should at least try to stay focused. No offense to Mr. Jonathan, but I've never been able to pay attention long enough to listen to a lecture. It's only about 5 minutes before my pencil is just scribbling in the margin of my notebook instead of taking notes, while my brain tries to figure out how buff Mr. Jonathan is under his stuffy teacher clothes. The verdict? Ripped enough to make those guys at the fountain look like pipsqueaks. What happened with them anyways? I casually look over at the window to scan the courtyard, but they're gone. Huh, guess they're done with their turtle business. I settle back into my seat and pick up my pencil again. Maybe I can at least make it seem like I'm a good student. Sorry I'm late, I was busy winning a bet. All heads turned in the direction of the classroom. Standing there with the smuggest grin I've ever seen was Joseph. It's nice to see that you finally decided to join us. Sass from the teacher. Oh! But he's got a patient smile on with a big old what a big old teddy bear. Good to know we can get away with stuff. Of course! What else am I going to do around here? Joseph laughs and saunters through the rows of occupied desks and chairs towards me. As he comes closer to me, I'm struck again by just how big he is. Wait, why is he coming over here? All of a sudden, I remember the empty seat beside me, and Joseph tosses himself into it like he owns it. No need to stop just because I'm here. Go back to doing your teacher thing. Even though I can't see him, I can hear the goofy smile on his face. Mr. Jonathan looks like he's about this close to rolling his eyes so hard he falls over, but instead he just turns back to the chalkboard and goes back to the lesson. Turn around. Holding back impulses is for chumps. I turn around to my seat to size Joseph up. Congrats on winning your bet. Joseph gribs and gives me a thumbs up. Thanks. It was just for the vending machine snacks, but it's always fun to kick Caesar's butt at something. Ah, so the blonde guy was Caesar. I'd guessed as much, but now it's confirmed. What were you doing with the turtle? Oh, you saw that? We were racing them! And they like water, right? So we brought them to the fountain after so they wouldn't shrivel up or anything. Huh, I didn't know that. Cool. I never even thought twice about turtles before, but Joseph is smiling like a goof, and it's contagious enough that my face hurts. I turn back around before Mr. Jonathan can catch me not keeping up the good student facade. I even start to take notes again. But then there's a thump on the back of my chair and I straighten up. I can feel something digging into my back, and the person sitting next to me look over with sympathy in their eyes. I turn my head just enough to see Joseph's feet up on the back of my chair, soles of his shoes right in my face. What the crap, man? It's only my first day! Then again, should I have really expected anything from a school for delinquents? Tie his shoelaces together. That's what Joseph would want! I wait until Mr. Jonathan is turned toward the board, and then turn around enough to look Joseph straight in the eye and pull one of his shoelaces undone. He blinks at me, and then a grin spreads across his face as he just watches me pull the other one loose. By the time I'm done tying them together in the worst knot I can think of, he's trying to stiff a laugh behind his hand. I toss him a chef's kiss and then turn back to my notebook, grinning like an idiot. My seat shakes as he tries to undo the knot, and after a minute his shoes are back on the floor, so he can struggle with it some more, but he's still snickering to himself, so I pat myself on the back, a job well done. It takes at least 10 years, but the bell finally rings and everyone starts piling out of the classroom. I just stay in my seat, no point in trying to fight through that mess. Make sure you do the reading tonight! Nobody really listens to him, but he seems kind of like he expected that, and doesn't really look too put out. The blonde guy from the fountain, Caesar, appears in the doorway, just as the crowd of people escaping from the classroom start to thin out. Jesus Christ, Part 3 Caesar is insane. Taking your time, JOJO. He turns to me instead of waiting for Joseph to answer, and kinda gives me an amused, pitying look. I'm so sorry you have to sit next to this idiot. Hey! Just ignore him. If he gives you any trouble, it's harmless. Trouble's my middle name. I glance over at Joseph, but he's got a grin on his face like Caesar isn't talking trash on him right in front of him. I turn back to Caesar with a matching grin. Trouble's my middle name. Ha! Caesar rolls his eyes like he's going for a record. Good lord, there's two of you. Joseph punches Caesar in the shoulder, looking like he just won something. Caesar shoves him off and they basically slap fight their way to the door together. Are they friends or enemies? You're just jealous. I get to sit next to someone cute. Oh. I hurry up and focus on packing my stuff and hope they're busy bickering with each other and notice how red my face is getting. Joseph isn't in class the next day, which, whatever, delinquent school. But when it gets all the way to Friday and he still hasn't showed up, I start to worry a little bit. Just a little. You know, the normal amount. No big deal. I actually managed to get to school a little early for once, and there's still a bunch of people hanging out all over the courtyard. Oh hey, it's that blonde guy that was with Joseph. Caesar. That was his name, right? Hey, Caesar! I wave to get his attention, and he breaks off from the group to come over. I haven't seen Joseph in a couple days. Is he okay? Caesar sighs. He's fine, just got in class. He seems a lot chiller now than when he was around Joseph. Oh, okay. I guess I'll just get to class then. You're in Jonathan's first, right? I'll walk you. He falls into step with me, and boy is it a lot easier to push through the crowds with a big dude to clear a path for me. Caesar hasn't said anything, so I can't feel compelled to break the silence between us. So, you and Joseph. How long have you and Joseph known each other? Caesar chuckles. Ever since I boxed his ears for backtalking our 5th grade teacher. A few schoolyard bros later and I can't get rid of him. I try to imagine the two of them as kids, but I can't picture them as anything other than beefcakes. So in my head, they're just two huge dudes from elementary school uniforms throwing hands on a playground. I laughed so hard I almost fall over. Crud, he must have been such a brat as a kid. You can't seem to even imagine. He hasn't grown up one bit. He is a good person, though, when he's not causing trouble. Definitely no heart of gold, but it's in the right place at least. He looks all fond. Guess there's more to both of them than I thought. We're outside the classroom now, and he opens the door for me. I'll hunt him down this weekend. Let me know if you need to punch him for you or anything. Aw, it's cute he thinks I wouldn't punch someone for myself. I throw him a thumbs up anyways. You got it. The rest of the day takes literally forever to pass. Ugh, maybe if school wasn't so boring, I wouldn't have ended up stuck at this crammed school. At least Mr. Jonathan tries to make things interesting, which is more than what I can say for any of my other teachers, past or present. I'm gonna get some water real quick, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Must be because of all the cute boys at this school, but I am thirsty. But sweet, sweet freedom after the final bell rings. I hustle out before anyone can do something stupid like ask me to stay after for anything. It's a beautiful day out, breezy and not a cloud in the sky, but I have a ton of homework, so I cut through the park and I spotted on the other day on my way from home. There's all sorts of students and joggers and moms with kids hanging out in the open areas, but there's a path that goes off into the trees like it probably leads in the right direction home. The pathway is still all sunny, but there's lots of trees on either side that make it all dark and cool over the shrubs and things planted off the path. There's even one of those big gate things over the path up ahead, looking all formal. It's pretty cool, but I'm totally turned around by this point and I have no idea if I'm going in the right direction. Oh hey, is that? Joseph's crouched over the next bend of the path, checking out something under the bushes. Sneak up on him. Oh man, this is gonna be good. I tiptoe as I can carefully across the gravel towards him, and when I'm just a few feet away, I see there's a little black and white dog under the bushes in front of him. Is that Iggy? It's looking right at me, and I put a finger to my lips like it's gonna understand not to give me away, and holy crap, it actually puts its little snub nose in the air and looks away, and Joseph still hasn't got a clue. Score! I slap both hands down on Joseph's shoulders. Gotcha! Joseph screams higher than I can even get and flings himself away, and his huge arm clips me and knocks me over sprawling on the gravel. I'm laughing my ass off so hard I don't even care. You scared the crap out of me! Got you good! He's got dirt in his hair and he's grinning like an idiot, and oh no, he's cute. This is so unfair. Yeah, you did. He pushes himself to his feet and offers a hand down to me, and when I take it, he pulls me to my feet, and like I don't weigh a thing. Wow! Okay, cool your jets, get a grip. So what are you doing out here anyway? Smooth as silk. Oh, here, check this little guy out. He gestures at the dog, who proceeds to give him the most intense stink eye I've ever seen. It's actually pretty impressive. I'm trying to get him to come out, but he's being a big baby about it. The stink eye intensifies. Offer the dog a toy. Wait, Iggy likes coffee gum. Offer him a snack. Hang on, maybe I've got something. I swing my backpack off and rifle through it. Aha! I pull out an empty pack of beef jerky. That's not Iggy's favorite food. I crouch down and hold out a piece to the dog. Here, it's for you. You hungry? The dog glares at me while he sniffs it. Then he snaps out of my hand so fast I barely see him move. Dang, he's going to town on that. Poor little guy must be really hungry. Joseph snickers. Or he just really likes beef jerky. I go to grab another piece for him, but Joseph's holding the pack. What the hell? How did he get it out of my hand without me noticing? He's got a piece sticking out of his own mouth, and I snort and push him off balance so I can grab the bag back. The dog's ears are perked up as he waits for another piece, and this time when he takes it, lets me scritch behind his ears and pins it under his paws and tears it up. Good boy. It suddenly occurs to me that I'm not actually sure this dog is a boy. Then he rolls over on his back for some belly scratches and yep, he's a boy dog. Dog balls. Gross. Joseph snickers next to me and yeah, okay, it's pretty funny. He reaches out to pet the dog too. But before he even touches its fur, the dog twists around and bites him. Ah! He yanks its head back and the dog lets go, snapping up the last of the jerky before it runs off into the woods. Are you okay? What a little asshole! He's cradling his hand so I can't see too well, but I think he might be bleeding. Let's find Josuke, he'll use Crazy Diamond to fix him. Hang on, I might have something. I rifle through my bag and come up to work with my work bandana. Good thing yesterday was laundry day. I get him to show me his hand, and yeah, it's bleeding a little. Man, it looks like it hurts. I try to be gentle as I wrap the bandana around his hand. Dang, his hands are big. It's actually kind of tricky to tie. Is there anything you don't have in that bag? I suddenly realize I'm holding his hand in both of mine, and I can feel my face heat up. Maybe if I don't look at him, he won't notice how bad I'm blushing. So, think you can kiss it better? He actually sounds a little bit shy. Oh, wow. Holy wow. I can't even get myself to say anything, and I'm still holding his hand. Smooth. Real smooth. This game is so great. I lean down and drop a quick kiss on his pinky knuckle, the only one out of the bandana. Any better? Idiot! Haha, yeah, definitely. Score! Well, just don't tell anybody about my magic healing powers. Okay, it looks like I'm Josuke now. He's definitely holding my hand now. Holy smokes. No problem. Your secret's safe with me. Can I be your sidekick if your nemesis shows up? I finally managed to look at him. He's grinning all huge and adorable, and I'm so done for. It should be illegal to be that cute. I give him my best grin back. I don't know, it's a lot of responsibility. Come on, give me a chance. He stands up and pulls me to my feet as easy as anything. How about you tell me your backstory while I walk you home, so I know what I'm up against? Okay, but if we get ambushed by evil ninjas, you better hold your own. He gives me a thumbs up with his good hand. I won't let you down. I am doomed in the best way. We're back with Joestar Struck, boys. Yeah, we're doing Joseph this time around, so, yeah, this one's gonna be a lot shorter than the other one. I think it's still gonna be 3 parts, but yeah, it's still gonna be shorter. So yeah, look out for part 2 coming soon. I'm Ben Insanity, and I'll see you guys in the next video.